they're just gonna take a screenshot for the thumbnail. So we just have to pretend to make like a cringy like face, like. I can't take this. Whoever edits this, I want them to just take.
Producer Val is back. Y'all liked her the first time. I didn't, but I'm deferring to you. I'm just kidding. I love her very much. So she's back. We're going to be reacting to alpha male videos. We'll see what they have to say and how alpha they really are. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let's go.
She chases all kinds of men in her life.
She's a runner. She's a track
star. So you
star.
might think, oh, I got a girl that really likes me. She's in pursuit. She's campaigning. Not so fast. This girl campaigns a lot of dudes. Okay.
He talks like Matthew
This girl
McConaughey.
campaigns a lot of dudes. Okay, so you might think you're special because you got a chick that actually is giving you this good behavior. She's kind of doing what you want her to do, but she's only doing what you want her to do so she can get what she wants.
These paranoid guys that are constantly in the state of paranoia, every woman is out to get me. I've never met one woman who schemes and plots like this in a relationship. Only men. I've only encountered men who do this stuff.
Good for you for like actually figuring out what he was trying to say, because I couldn't get past. Number one, I couldn't get past the voice.
Well, the voice is annoying, but what he's trying to say is that all women, when we're acting like we're on our good behavior and we're so into a guy, that we're really just faking it all until we get what we want. Yeah. If we're interested in you, we're interested, and all we're asking you is to make it official. It's really not that deep.
Agreed.
These guys are just operating on a totally different planet than the rest of us.
Probably why they're still single.
Yeah.
Girls are distractions.
Straight up.
Unless you're in a, I think a relationship
again.
is a distraction unless you're ready for that. You feel me? I know how much dedication and commitment that takes, so I wouldn't even go down that route yet. You feel me? But like that, like, bro, that is distracting. Like that was like a girl can hit you up talking about they want to do this with you tonight, and yo, that you consider like, should I be streaming or should I do this? Get to the streaming. Like, what are you doing?
It's kind of true.
Okay, now see, this is one I don't understand what he's saying. He's saying if a girl asks you to hang out, your options are hang out with a girl or play video games, you should play video games?
Okay, so I think he's saying, he's like, girls aren't distractions.
To play video games.
Unless you're actually wanting a relationship. But then it's like, it doesn't make any sense. So why are you in a relationship if you didn't want a relationship and you weren't ready for it?
Can we normalize men who don't know what they're talking about, have never had a serious or healthy relationship? Can we normalize them not doing podcasts talking about dating relationships?
Since the beginning of time, powerful men have cheated. And the only difference between a powerful guy and a regular guy is the powerful guy can cheat and he has the means to do so. So knowing that most men are more than likely going to want to have sexual options, what I'm saying is that men love differently than women do. It's your job to not be and exercise fidelity. It's the man's job to give you security and you're his main girl. Men can have sex with multiple girls and love their chick.
Okay, so here's what I like really disagree with, that like all men need to sleep with multiple women in order to be happy, because sex is what drives men's happiness.
Apparently,
and love and relationship.
This guy would probably get along with Dennis Prager. I love Dennis, but he has some weird takes on relationships.
A real man does not need to sleep with multiple women to be happy. Like, men don't need to sleep with multiple women to be happy. I don't understand where this came from.
Here's the caveat, and this is what's controversial for a woman to say to another woman. Men won't feel the need to go out and cheat if they're getting what they want at home.
But it doesn't justify cheating.
It doesn't justify cheating. It doesn't justify it. But I'm just saying I think he's a lot less likely. He's a lot less likely.
Men do feel more connected to their partner through sex. Whereas like us women, we
want deep conversation and quality time. And men, it is so physical for them.
So you're a traditional man. You view yourself as the head of the family. So as a traditional man, your wife is submissive to you. How is she then your equal?
Because you're both equally playing roles.
In that sense, no, but I'm not talking about equal in that sense. I'm talking about equal as in the household.
And then that's you changing up the...
No, because you can say... that's what I'm saying. You can escape saying...
You have equal rights now.
That's not what I mean. You know what I mean?
Explain it to me.
The first guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's the second guy who's married. He has it right.
I hate when people try to like manipulate wording to try to win an argument when like you're just flat out wrong. And so he's trying to like make it seem like by a woman being submissive to her husband that they're not equal.
The man is answering to God. The woman is answering to her husband. The husband's role is as a protector, as a provider. He's got a lot of stress that he's worrying about for her. I'm glad to have a guy take on that responsibility and it not have to be me.
Same.
Let me worry about the house. You worry about answering to the man upstairs. You feel? Not saying that women don't answer to God, but you know what I mean. I don't want to stop. I don't want to hear any of it.
Let's talk about girls for a second. Look, as an entrepreneur, you have to have one thing very focused, is that you need to keep your goals prioritized. The sooner you kind of prioritize other people in your life, other things, your goals are going to eventually die away. And at that point, you're never going to be able to chase it. You're just going to be chasing a ghost that's never going to be there. It's never going to come to you, okay? For example, I have this friend and, he was always, chasing his goals. He wanted to start a car dealership. He wanted to be a millionaire. He wanted to have Lamborghinis and all this kind of cool stuff. But as soon as he found a girlfriend and the girlfriend kind of convinced him to kind of take care of responsibilities, they had a kid at one point, and then eventually he just lost all hope in his goals. And I sit with him every now and then and I call him. I'm like, hey bro, are you still gonna open up that dealership? Oh bro, you know how the kids are, I gotta make sure the babysitter is up, I gotta get a job because I gotta put food. The thing about the poor guy is, man, the poor thing about the guy is he lost all of his fire.
At the end of the day, at the end of your life, when you're on your deathbed, your wife and family are going to be the ones next to you, not your car dealership. Like, you're not
your car dealership.
Like, this is such a toxic message to be sending out to like this younger generation where you shouldn't pursue marriage. You shouldn't pursue family. Like, it's again, this like career mentality. And us girls, we face this a lot, like as women like to not chase marriage and stuff, but men do too.
Okay.
It's really scary, actually.
Let me just pause everything. I am not scratching my butt, but I am scratching the top of the back of my upper thigh. It is very itchy. Excuse me. All right, we're back.
Why do you think some guys hate women?
I think for a lot of guys, and this is something probably every man goes through at some point in his life, unless he's just born like Giga Chad.
Yeah, 0.4% guys.
Yeah.
There's like 3 Giga Chads per city.
Most guys will go through some experience.
How do they come to
they're
that
brutally
statistic?
rejected or humiliated by a girl.
In front of other people too.
Maybe even betrayed,
Ooh.
In a dark way.
Yeah.
And they say like every villain has his origin story. It's easy for a lot of guys to just go down a path of like, that's it, I hate all women. And that's a dark path, buddy, because the fact is, like, every human has the capacity to hurt other people.
That's right.
Does that make all women awful? Absolutely not.
I can't tell if this is serious or
I
not.
think it's serious, but it's funny. The guy telling the story, he's actually very attractive, in my opinion. You don't think? You don't think so? He's got his little Patagonia pullover on or whatever. Scroll back on a little. No.
That one?
He's
Yeah,
not
he's-
attractive.
He's
This guy's good looking for a ginger.
To address the actual content of what they were saying, what's a Giga Chad?
They're have you
Giga
ever
Chad.
heard what a Chad is?
Yes, of course. So it's just like the ultimate
Just a
Chad ever.
Yeah,
like
the final boss of Chads.
Women break like a boy's heart, and then like he never wants to love again. That's life, Like,
It's
don't
life. You
don't
have
hate
to-
all women because of that.
There's always going to be a risk, but you just have to know that the reward, if you find that right girl, it's a bigger payoff.
This is what I told women in relationships. Get rid of your single lady friends.
I agree 1,000%.
Because I'm telling you right now, if you get yourself a high-valued man like Sean or myself or anybody that's been we have girlfriends, but anybody that's single that's at our level or above, and you get in a relationship and you're happy, your single lady friends
Have to go.
They have to go, because if they don't, they're going to start throwing
gonna pull you.
jabs, darts. They're going to subconsciously seep into the back of your mind with their statements, and you're going to start stressing, and there's going to be problems, because we've seen that. They're in your ear talking about, how do you know he's a good guy? I don't like how he acts. I don't like what he says to you. You look at their situation. The woman that's telling them that is the exact problem we have.
I know.
I've had a friend like this.
There are women like this. What he's saying is not wrong, and you should, if you are a married woman, cut those friends out of your life. The other day, I was talking to my best friend, Nicole, and her husband was in the room, and I was like, Dale, that's her husband's name. I gotta come over because I really miss your biscuits. He makes amazing buttermilk biscuits from scratch. And he was like, come over and I'll make you breakfast. So there is a right type of single friend that's non-toxic, and there are toxic female friends that I think can be damaging to a marriage.
In any relationship, really, like if you are married, absolutely cut them
you know
off.
who's a toxic single friend? Is Micah from Love is Blind.
Yes.
That girl. That girl is a prime example of
Yes.
I'll never be happy for you. I want you in the slums with me.
Shelby is evil and super jealous. And like that's the point I want to make is like your female friends that are the ones in your ear saying all those terrible things about your relationship. There's a difference between being supportive and giving you constructive criticism and those girls that are just jealous and sometimes just want to be with your guy.
Yeah. When it comes to single friends, you don't want a Shelby, you do want an Alex.
I know, listen to me.
Ain't that your friend? Find her.
Listen
Find
to me.
her.
I got you. Listen
Find
to
her.
me.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to.
I need you to get it together.
If you're the alpha, you don't have to announce you're the alpha. Right. You just show up as the alpha.
Correct.
And the alpha, by the way, in every tribe, from animals to humans, is usually the person who's most quiet. He's observing. He's looking to protect.
I agree.
He's looking to serve. He's looking to provide. Like, it's a big responsibility to be alpha.
I would agree.
I agree. It's hard for me with these, like, with the music.
I know. It's very
It's
dramatic.
hard to
This is
take-
like,
yeah.
but I would agree with that. It is the quieter guys in the room, the ones that aren't trying to make a scene.
All those guys on TikTok that we see, those cringy alpha males that are like, oh, I never say thank you to women. Those are not alpha males. Do you know what I'm talking about? Never hold a door for a woman ever again.
the OnlyFans girls that go on the Whatever podcast, and they're the ones saying, I'm a 10.
Yeah, I'm a 10 out
A
of
real
10.
10 out of 10 woman would never say, I am a 10. She just wouldn't.
Guys can cheat but still be in love with their girl. Girls can't cheat and still be in love with their man.
If something's going wrong at home and she's at work and that dude makes her laugh, the first day she's like, oh, he's kind of funny. The second day he's like, yo, he makes me laugh every day so far. And then that emotion, yo, she's feeling it.
They react off of, yeah. It's beyond that. And
So
she's
you
trying
guys
to
are scared
separate
of
herself.
work boyfriend.
Forget what they're saying. Everything about the quality of the audio, the setup. Stop now. Get a real job. You're not going to be a podcaster. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
It's the sunglasses indoors for me.
The sunglasses in the garage. They're in somebody's grandparents' garage filming this.
They said a whole lot of nothing. At the end, it's like, yeah, they just react off of, like, it's beyond. Yeah, bro. It made no sense.
Once a girl is attached to a previous boyfriend or has been over, it's very hard for them to move past that. That means she's been alpha widowed. It is a thing where you get these girls who are like severely traumatized by an ex who they were absolutely obsessed with. If you meet this girl, you have to basically out alpha him, as cringe as that sounds. You have to be more masculine, you have to be that guy, or else you're never going to compare. And I've been in that scenario where she can't get over him. You don't compare, you're not good enough because she views this man as God to her. You find that girls years and years later still attached to this one man who she was in love with, and he cheated on her, her over.
I've never heard of the term alpha widow. I guess it kind of is accurate. Like, if a girl was with a man who was very masculine, like a protector, a true alpha, the pool of men right now is not very good.
There are girls who are perpetually stuck on their ex, but they have a lot of other issues and trauma things. I would beg to say from their childhood that they need worked out that is causing them to not be able to get over a very toxic relationship. If I met the right person, I'm in a totally fine place to be able to move on with them and not be thinking about anybody else.
I've slept with basically every single one of my close female friends, and that's why we're good friends, because this sexual chemistry isn't like, it's quite clearly we're not meant to be anything, but there's never, we can sleep in bed
the B-roll
all the time. If we're on a holiday and whenever we're chatting or there's never that like, ooh, what if? It's like, no, we went there and then now it's true, like proper friendship.
And it's just friendship.
Yeah, exactly. It's just friendship.
Do not date guys who have a ton of girls that are friends, because if they haven't slept with them, they're going to. And they're almost certainly going to date one of them, or they have dated one of them. And so those girls are gatekeeping the men. They're never going to accept you as the girl coming into the mix. It causes so many problems. My number one piece of dating advice for girls younger than me, they're like, what's your best dating advice? I'm like, stay away from the guys that have girls that are friends.
Exactly. This basically just reiterates why it is a red flag for you to have a friend of the opposite sex when you're in a relationship. And the first thing that I thought of when I saw this video, this is every F-boy's like role model. Like, yeah, I slept with all these girls and now they're like my best friends. It's disgusting.
They're in on this. They're like, let's make a TikTok talking about how even if we slept with our girlfriends, bro, even if we slept with our friends that are girls, we don't want to sleep with them anymore. Like, that's a done deal so that girls will let us keep doing it. Like, this was a whole thing.
When you're with a girl, right? I want you guys to always have one foot in the door, one foot out. That foot out is you talking to and dealing with other women. However, you still got one foot in because she is a girl of the rotation. Maybe she's a main chick, whatever it may be. But you're there, not all the way. What does that mean? You're being a diversified investor. You're not all in. I never want you guys to be all in with a girl. That's why we tell y'all, don't get married, none of that. Okay? As soon as she misbehaves or does some you don't like, you take that other foot and you walk out the door to the other girl. That's how I want you guys to operate with girls.
Girls also, if you are not in a committed relationship, if you're just in the dating stage, girls should be one foot in, one foot out. You don't put all of your eggs in the basket of somebody who doesn't want to be exclusive with you. You have a couple guys that you're talking to. Now, men on the internet, the Redditors hear something like that and they're like, this girl's saying the girls need to sleep around or whatever. I'm not saying that. There's no P in the V involved.
I feel like those people are never going to end up committing to anyone. And that's probably why those guys are single still.
Well, there is the swipe right effect, which is everybody is thinking that it's grass is always greener. I'm missing out on something better. What if there's a better option? And so you just perpetually swipe and you never end and it never stops. It isn't only a feeling. It truly is just like, I'm going to commit to this person every day forever.
If she cancels without giving you another alternative date, there's no need to respond to that. No reply is a reply. And usually a lot of chicks will, when they say, oh, whatever, test. And so if you just don't reply to that, they start rethinking things like, oh, I might have messed things up with this guy.
I got a text from her on Saturday at 10 a.m. Feeling better. How are you? And I waited till Sunday, till yesterday to hit her up. Hey, sorry, I'm in Narnia. How are you? Oh, when are you? I'm flying out on Friday to Las Vegas because I have an intervention for one of my buddies. So we're going to stop at nothing this upcoming weekend and go crazy in Vegas. That's the plan. The weekend after that, I'm going to San Diego to go see our brother Nate. So I am a very busy man. I only ask you once. I call you and text you once. If you don't have enough time for me, then cool, I'll see you around.
Again, another piece of advice that I think works for men and women. The no reply is a reply. You have one chance. I'm going to ask you out once. There is no, I'm just not going to respond. And then 2 days later, because I feel like now I don't have any other options, I'll text you back and be like, hey, sorry, like, would you want to go out? No. I agree. The girls that don't respond and then they wait a couple days and they're messing with you or whatever, they suck. The guys that do the same thing to girls, they just don't reply when you're supposed to have plans and then they hit you up a couple days later, they suck. These people are not serious people. So get them out of your life.
It's just like this male podcast culture. I don't get it.
It is a culture. It's a sickness. Cancer.
For the sake of my job and others, subscribe, please. I'm begging you.
It's true. Her job is literally contingent on your likes and subscribe. So save producer Valentina. Bye.